I told you I'd come back. You are on, you are live, it says. Yeah, no shit. Since December 13, 1948, I've been alive. So earlier today, I was on the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire. So don't tell me the tuner's not working. But anyhow, I played some Fred Bear, and wasn't it a rousing version of old Fred Bear? I think I can see that. So greetings to the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire. It's spontaneous, it's raw, it's instinctual, it's primal. Well, there it is, they're both working now. Maybe I just couldn't see them. Go to F sharp. See, I'm tuned a half step down. I don't know why. When I scream, it's a little easier to scream when it's a little bit lower. And since all my songs have more than a dozen crescendos, it's like James Brown Dreamland squalling, like Wilson Pickett at the end of Hey Jude. Tell me you've all heard Wilson Pickett sing the Beatles song Hey Jude. So anyhow, greetings to the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire. I am absolutely stimulated to a dangerous, effervescent, ultra-glow level because my mystical flight of the arrow just about 3 hours ago, I have a game preserve in Michigan called Sunrise Acres, and we book hunts with Sunrise Safaris, which, by the way, right now, everybody that celebrates truth, logic, and common sense and the Uncle Ted spirit and attitude, it's a lovely spirit and attitude celebration, is it not? Share this right now. We, truth, logic, and common sense is being so oppressed, so suppressed, so censored. Let's make it a point to share this Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire link with everybody you know right now to overcome the dirty, soulless, treasonous bastards that trample on our First Amendment right as they prepare to eliminate our Second Amendment right. You know what I'm talking about. Well, that's a conspiracy theory. No, ask people in New York about keeping and bearing arms. Ask people in New Jersey how that keeping and bearing arms is working out. Maybe find someone in America who can keep and bear arms in America, because that's what the Second Amendment says. So share this with everybody you know right now. Right now, go and share it. Spread the word. You are the promotional, celebratory, public relations arm of truth, logic, and common sense. Because the evil forces against us, they're not evil, Ted. Well, who would arm the enemies of America with billions of dollars worth of high-tech weaponry? Would that be good or would that be evil? It's not the voodoo monsters that throw gay people off of roofs. It's not Black Lives Matter who burn down cities, and the last thing Black Lives Matter people care about is black lives. Who doesn't know this? But think of how evil a force would be, especially an American force, to arm the Taliban with billions of dollars worth of state-of-the-art American tax-paid-for weaponry, and then load them up on C-17 transport aircraft just before the 20th anniversary of 9/11 and fly in unknown Afghanistan voodoo monsters into America with our tax dollars. Would that be good or would that be evil? Would it be good or would it be evil to ignore the number one responsibility and oath of the U.S. government to not secure our borders, to orchestrate the invasion of America? Would that be good or would that be evil? Share this with everybody you know, because they're trying to shut me down. I can't believe I'm still on, quite honestly. But stop and think that I just said that. In America, I have to be worried about sharing the truth and the evidence, the irrefutable, glaring tsunami of evidence to support everything that I say. We have to be concerned about whether we're allowed to do that in the United States of America. Would that be good or would that be evil? So this is the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire. I'm Ted, and wherever I may roam is a spirit campfire. You feel the flames. Everybody loves, what a great lick. I don't know why I have two tuners on my guitar. By the way, this is my Gibson Birdland made in Kalamazoo, Michigan. It's Birdland number 8. It's a cherry sunburst, and it has a fine tone. Everybody loves the American campfire. Don't you hear it calling your name? Everybody loves the American campfire. Go ahead and fan the flame. And gather round, children, the party is on. Family and friends are here. Pull up a stump, set yourself down. I'd like to buy you all a beer. 'Cause everybody loves the American campfire. Don't you hear it calling your name? Everybody loves the American campfire. Go ahead and fan the flame. We're a long, long way to kingdom come, but I think we'll finally arrive. Life, liberty, rock and roll. I've never felt so alive. 'Cause everybody loves the American campfire. Don't you hear it calling your name? Everybody loves the American campfire. Go ahead and fan the flame. Everybody loves the American campfire. Don't you hear it calling your name? Everybody loves the American campfire. Go ahead and fan the flame. What a great lick, huh? And I'm going to play the national anthem here in a minute, but go ahead and share the spread, the post, the link. I'm the missing link for truth, logic, and common sense. So, if we harped on the treachery that we're surrounded by, we'd probably have an aneurysm. It's so damn ugly out there. You know, the worst thing an American could possibly say, I have to say it. It's the worst thing that American could possibly say. And it's true, which makes it even worse. The worst thing that an American can say is the truth, and that the greatest threat to the United States of America is the United States government. Well, he's a radical. No, I'm an American patriot. I believe in the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. I believe in individual freedoms, life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, safe neighborhoods, secure borders, letting out violent felons and releasing murderers and rapists and carjackers. Would that be good or would that be evil? You see all the different examples I'm giving you of abject, glaring, vulgar, obscene, evil is perpetrated by the United States government. You know, I always talk about calling your mayor, your senator, your congressman, your governor. Let's not give up. Let's keep doing that. We got to let them know that we see what they're doing. We want the United States government to have 3 separations of power: the executive, the legislative, and the judicial. They're supposed to be separate, back-checking powers. They're one ugly gang. Let your elected employees know that we know this. Orchestrating an invasion of America by the government, is this good or evil? This is evil. letting out dangerous, violent felons all across this country, is that good or is that evil? Well, the crime rate's going up because they keep letting the most violent monsters out. Tell your mayor, your senator, your congressman, your governor that you know that's what they're doing. And those Americans in South Dakota with the great Kristi Noem, I know she's not perfect, but damn close. And Governor Ron DeSantis in Florida, damn good. They had a shitty black bear policy. Hey, Florida, let's get your black bears in the asset column instead of the liability column. It's really a missing link for proper we the people representation in the otherwise great state of Florida. But if we're not raising hell and getting ready to make a legal election, if we can't have a legal, honest, fair election in 2022, I'm not going to mention what's going to happen, but it's going to happen. If they keep lying and scamming and abusing their power and violating their oath to the Constitution, we're on the road to disaster. And in most jurisdictions, we're already there. California, what a joke. Illinois, how embarrassing. Michigan, oh, how putrid. Do you realize that when I grew up, Michigan was considered the arsenal of democracy, the work ethic, the family spirit, God, family, country, Constitution, Bill of Rights, rugged individualism, that Herculean man-in-the-arena work ethic? It was the Michigan I was raised in, which is why I'm a happy American dreamer. As my brother, my sister, my family, my sons, my daughters, my incredible wife, Shemaine, who I love so much. My band, my crew, Linda, Doug, everybody in my life is so hardworking. We make sacrifices and take risks and work extra hard so that we're in the asset column for our family, our neighborhood, our community, our country, the environment. When I was growing up, Lake Erie would spontaneously catch fire because of the unregulated pollution. But the duck hunters, the trappers, and the fishermen sounded the alarm, and we found out the polluters, and we fixed it. Now the Lake Erie is the #1 walleye and smallmouth bass fishery on planet Earth. We can fix this stuff without a multi-trillion-dollar new green scam. What the is the new infrastructure bill? Is that good or is it evil? It's evil. Holy guacamole. So this is the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire, where truth, logic, and common sense reign supreme. Not R-A-I-N, R-E-I-G-N. It reigns supreme. So I'm going to tell you a little story about deer hunting. So I have a game preserve called Sunrise Acres. It's got a fence around it because we got pigs, and you can't let the pigs out because they're such pigs. And we grow white-tailed deer, and I let them grow old. So the older they get, the more majestic, the bigger, the more just magnificent, and their bone-headed gear, their antlers get outrageous. And I video myself for the Ted Nugent Spirit of the Wild TV show. 32 years, Ted Nugent Spirit of the Wild, over 500 episodes, featuring Shemaine Nugent, the queen of the forest, the backstrap mama, Little Miss Dangerous. And in order to produce a TV show, we don't really produce a TV show. I just get a camera. I'm charging the batteries right now, and we just push the record button, and I do what I do. I don't have a teleprompter. I don't have a script writer. I don't believe in scripts. I don't believe in writers. I speak my heart. Which is why the Ted Nugent Spirit of the Wild has been one of the top-rated shows on Outdoor Channel for over 30 years. And the 26 states that our Spirit of the Wild aired on in public television, we set records for pledge drives, because people like when a smart-ass guitar player kills a hog and guts it and turns it into family-sized portions. They like organic honesty. Organic honesty. Don't you love organic honesty? I'm like the organic honesty czar of truth, logic, and common sense, goodwill, decency, positive attitude, positive spirit, the physics of spirituality. Tell everybody you know to come to the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire. I mean it. Spread the word. We need to hit millions of people. Before Trump was elected in 2016 during the campaign, I had between 18 million and 36 million Facebookers. Grasp this. As we were campaigning for the greatest president ever, Donald Trump, who is now scaring the shit, back in 2016, scaring the shit out of the deep state gangbanger scam artists, the mob of the Democrats and Republicans controlling our lives instead of us controlling our employees' lives. Donald Trump came along, and I had between 18 million and 36 million Facebookers. And I would make a comment about how Trayvon Martin was a bad guy, and he was killed in self-defense. And Michael Brown was a rotten thug who was killed in self-defense. He was an unarmed black child. No, he wasn't. He was an attacking monster thug that Darren Wilson shot in self-defense before the unarmed savage got a hold of the cop's gun and killed him with it, which is statistically how that works. Unless you live in a nice little air conditioning fantasy world where you don't have to deal with evil. So when I make a comment about stuff like that, truth, logic, and common sense, with all the evidence to support it, I had between 18 million and 36 million Facebookers. After Trump got elected, they knocked me down to 3.7 million Facebooks, and on these campfires, they knock it down sometime to just a few thousand. Luckily, you people catch on and you spread the word for me. Thank you very much for that, because you've got to spread the word. The enemy is trying to squash the word. And when you spread the word, we get up to 150, sometimes over 250,000 that get the truth, logic, and common sense Nuge deal. But share this with everybody you know. We got to overcome the censorship punks, the fact-checking liars. Can you believe? Are they just that deranged, or are they just obsessed with hate and dishonesty? In fact, they're fact checkers. Anyhow, so welcome to the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire. It's brought to you by mypillow.com. Go to mypillow.com and type in the code SPIRIT. Support Mike Lindell and tell him that you like the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire. It's entertaining, it's educational, it's defiant, it's uppity, it's spirited, it's independent, but defiance is the most important one of all. That's in our American DNA. Not to be confused with the sheeping and the dumbing down of America by an education system. It is just laughable. We're producing the dumbest freaks that have ever slithered on the earth. Every Democrat-run city, the schools, the kids graduating can't read or write, or add or subtract. So spread the word and let people know that the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire is good for you. And we spotlight cockroaches, which is the number one responsibility of an engaged American experimenting in a sacred self-government and raising hell and demanding constitutional oath accountability from our elected employees. And that we know that the most treasonous act possible is to arm our enemies with our weaponry. If that's not treason, what would be? What could be more treasonous than orchestrating the invasion into our country from the southern border? Literally paying people to invade us. If that's not treason, what would be treason? God. All right, I got a lot of friends in every nook and cranny of America, so I'll reach out to some FBI agents. What are you doing? Why are you good agents accepting the immoral decrees and orders of the oath violators? Why are you bending over to your superiors who violate their oath? How about the military guys? How about this General Millipunk? What a traitor punk. How can you obey an order from superiors that are breaking the law and violating their oath? How can they have any authority over us? When an entire political party, the Democrats, bail out people committing arson and felonies and assault on film, and they bail them out to do it again. That's called engineered recidivism. Boy, this is such a shame that there's so much evil and ugliness that it's really, instead of just celebrating a great, beautiful September, but now the United States government is importing unknown Afghans, for the 20th anniversary of 9/11. They're just inviting people from the region of the world who caused 9/11, and now our government is bringing them in? Do you know what that's the recipe for? Holy shit. I will be in Fayetteville, North Carolina, with the Special Forces hero warriors celebrating the heartbreak and hopefully the lessons learned from September 11th, 2001. I will be with the greatest human beings in the world. Shemaine and Toby and I'll bring my amp and I'll play the national anthem, and I'll play it right now. But our government is inviting the enemy into America by the tens of thousands. If that's not treason, what would be? Oh, I'm just shattered. It's unforgivable. All right. I could go on, but I just shot a beautiful buck. I don't know if you can see this picture, but it's funny, because it's not funny. I just came out of the most exhilarating, enjoyable, out-of-body celebration of tooth, fang, and claw perfection. I put an arrow on an absolute monstrosity, beautiful Michigan whitetail monster. Just shit luck. All on film for Ted Nugent's Spirit of the Wild. I don't know if you can see this, but look at this. You gotta be twanging my wang dang. Look at that. Look at that. Is that a happy guitar player? So I come out of having the most wonderful spiritual erection available to mankind with a mystical flight of the arrow, aim small, miss small, moving. I'm filming myself. I got the Matthews in my hand, and I got the camera, and I can't move because there's a deer over there and there's a deer on the other side, and I'm like a statue for like 20 minutes. Then they finally looked the other way, so I moved the camera, and I got the buck on the camera. Now I got to get this hand way over here to the Matthews bow. And those deer, I brought in a bunch of corn stalks and some green maple leaves. When you can put out corn in big tine. I put out some big tine. I love that stuff. Yes, I bait deer. That's what I do. And I put a worm on my hook when I catch fish. Because when the acorns start falling, the deer are just everywhere. But I need them right there to shoot them and kill them cleanly. So I put out corn stalks, green maple saplings, and some big tine attractant. Barack. And I finally got that buck coming into the corn stalks. And I'm like, I got to tell myself, I go, hey, dirtbag, exhale. I am so consumed with the moment. It's so exciting, so out of body. I got to tell myself, after all these years, been hunting for like 65 years with the bow and arrow, and I still got to go. I start shaking. I go, well, exhale. Maybe if you breathe, you would have a little bit more control of your nerves, you jerk. So I got the buck. He's eating the corn stalk, And he finally put that leg forward, and I got my hand over to the release. And I got orange tape. I got a square of orange tape on every target so that my focus is on the orange tape instead of the beast. If I'm concentrating on something that's calming like the orange tape instead of the beast, then I can exhale and calm down to a degree where I can aim small, miss small, shooting this cold steel bone saw. And I got the Matthews, I got the camera going, and that deer puts his leg forward about 20 yards. Orange tape, orange tape, orange tape. Right through the pump station. Pump station disconnect. He was dead in 3 seconds. 300-pound, probably a 6-year-old behemoth. Right place, right time, aim small, miss small. I don't know what that circle is. That's that lamp. Look at that. Are you happy for your old guitar playing, buddy? You should be very happy for me. So that was very exciting. But then as I celebrate the spirit of the wild, celebrate hands-on conservation and balancing the herd, getting a magnificent over-the-hill mature buck. I shot a doe last night. Just as excited for the doe. I shot her right through the pump station also. There she is. You see that? But see that shot? That's that aim small, miss small orange tape. I'm not shooting at a deer. I'm shooting at orange tape. If you want to focus, get some orange tape, put it on all your 3D targets. So I celebrate, and it's happiness, and Troy Sandy Jr. came over to help me drag this buck because I couldn't move it. It's just so heavy. Then I loaded in my old Pat Butler. Thank you, Pat Butler, my Bronco blood brother. I put it in my old 66 Bronco. And I'm just so happy. You can tell how happy I am. I'm so happy. Happy's happy. Sadie's happy. Coco's happy. You're happy. You're probably happy because you're at my campfire. Because everybody loves the American campfire. Don't you hear it calling your name? So happy, 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 positive, 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 celebrate, celebrate it, joy, joy, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. But then you have to spotlight the cockroaches. And I'm afraid the United States government is infested with horrible, horrible, oath-violating, criminally power-abusing cockroaches. You know it, I know it, even they know it. So my friends in the U.S. Marshal Service, shouldn't you be arresting people for treason? Kamala Harris, shouldn't you? Joe Biden, refusing to secure our borders, orchestrating an invasion, arming our enemy. If that's not treason, what is treason? And here's another one. 650,000 deaths due to COVID. Bullshit! So nobody died of anything except the Wuhan virus this year, or last year. Bullshit! People get run over by a truck. COVID. Bullshit! Fact checkers are bullshitters. CDC, bullshit. FDA, bullshit. WHO, enemy bullshit. The media, bullshit. Tell your elected employees that you know bullshit when you see it. So I go from the highest of highs, celebrating a beautiful arrow through the pump station of a magnificent beast to feed my family and donate sacred, pure organic venison to soup kitchens and homeless shelters. What do you do with all the meat? Meat? Is there meat on a deer? What kind of question is that? What do you mean, what do you do with meat? You eat it, you dumb. And I donate to charity. I donate tons of venison, pure organic. By the way, when you die, you'll want me to gut you. You probably want to put it in your will that when you die, you want me to handle the carcass. Right, Sadie? Because with my cold steel knife and my cold steel heart, I slice, I dice, and I'll tell you, I clean those carcasses so perfect. Nugent venison is the best, most delicious venison in the world because I handle the carcass with reverence. Why am I not getting this? Oh, there it is. So, I donate tons of pure venison because I shoot a lot of deer. The deer need to die. You know who wants the deer dead? Everybody. The farmers want the deer dead. The insurance companies want the deer dead. The highway department wants the deer dead. The biologists want the deer dead. Your Aunt Edna that went through the windshield of her Buick wants the deer dead. It's like, well, Nugent's radical. Yeah, I'm performing perfect, biologically sound conservation balancing maneuvers, and I'm crazy. You know, you want to witness the dumbest fool that walks the earth? Find somebody that criticizes me. Well, he just kills animals. It's called barbecue, you numbnut. Oh, it's so funny. It's serious, but it's funny. I'm a funny man. All right. This is the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for sharing this. Share it with everybody. Let's every one of you be the army for truth, logic, and common sense. Already 8:45. Good Lord. So I will say goodnight to you all. Thank you for this. Thank you for joining me at deeranddeerhunting.com. Pretty simple, deeranddeerhunting.com. FullCircleProgram.com. Please go to FullCircleProgram.com, an amazing charity run by young Americans, saving the lives of young Americans that are being slaughtered by the U.S. government that is orchestrating an invasion of fentanyl. Would that be good or evil? Well, you better fact check that. No, the Joe Biden administration is orchestrating the invasion of fentanyl, killing Americans. Fact check this, you. All right. Do you feel the Spirit? And please go to tednugent.com. I have signed an absolute, I can't believe I haven't got some kind of joint destruction, because that hand just really moves. But I signed a couple thousand of them babies. Go to tednugent.com, type in the code NUGE, N-U-G-E 21. The code is NUGE 21. You can get the hats, and you can get the Ted Nugent coin, brought to you by Remington Ammo. It's true. Oh, and I just cleaned my Glock with Dirty Bore gun cleaner. Killer stuff. I mean, really killer stuff. And they were asking me about this holster, too. This is the holster I use. It's called the Northwest Retention System. The Anderson family, mom and pop organization that stand for God, family, country, freedom, Constitution, Bill of Rights, law and order. NWRetention.com. NW, like Northwest, retention.com. All right.